getting ready for this game. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Arkansas State Red Wolves, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Davis. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. And they'll get it. It's a touchdown.
People still fill in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Red Wolves offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. When you used to be able to make that play years ago, you're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Got him downfield. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down. The Red Wolves line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He's got it. He gets a block, and he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So South Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time. They're led by a sensational signal caller, and Jesse, one thing every elite quarterback knows is where to find the weak spot in the secondary. And there might be a few of them there.
Yeah, there's...
Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Right on target this time. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on second down. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Guys, for just a little bit, let's talk about South Carolina. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Plucks it out of the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Back to pass. Using the quick game. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Red Wolves want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Red Wolves will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
To the air on second down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up with tempo. They're ready to do it again.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Finds his man open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This is a really good call because that angle route is tough to cover, especially on a 3rd down.
And that's a really tough route to cover because the running back looks like he's going to the flats and then cuts it right to the middle of the field. Easy pitch and catch from quarterback to running back to get the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to fire. The throw. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Looking to throw on first down. This time it's complete. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, running back on the move. He just won't take the big hit. Slides off guys, makes moves. He's down to the 21. The Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The run from the shotgun. Shows him the stiff arm. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to go up top on first down. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
They'll run play action. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
I know we're only...
Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Shakes off the defender. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Illegal blocking.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He'll set up to throw. Got a man in the middle. Right down the gut of the field. Running inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different. Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Making side adjustments here. Trying play action. Snagged out of the air. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line. They're thinking run as well, slows down the pass rush, gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense, next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Backed up now, here's second and long. Off play action. Working that left side now. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Muscling ahead on third and short. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on second and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Might be calling a hot route. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, South Carolina. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass.
Arkansas State, 10.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's got him in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Well, how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Steps away. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
He'll pull it down. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Stands in and takes the hit. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Going right to work up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Out of the backfield, he's open. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Absolutely center cut. And that lead grows even bigger. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia.
The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Red Wolves want to move quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get...
Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first down and wants more. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Red Wolves trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 6th, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The corners are walked up tight. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Are forced to settle for 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Michigan has the lead right now, but unless Desmond Howard or Anthony Carter come running out of that tunnel, I'm not ready to say this one's over. They're up by 10 over Sam Houston. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
And the Red Wolves want to crank the tempo. Thomas back to pass. Finds a man on the right. Lots of room to run. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Wide receiver going in motion. He leaves it with the back. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Calls his own number. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. The Red Wolves have it with a 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Back to pass on 2nd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup, and a lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Bringing the heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. Absolutely perfect. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Coming out with it, it's Davis. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Motion from the wide receiver. Coming out on first down with the play fake. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Unloads to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on first down, but the defense was ready. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Handoff from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Off the RPO, complete. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. So we open the final period with a third down play. On the option. Now the toss. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Gamecocks will have it first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. Slams it ahead. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Offense trying to go push pass on first down on the goal line, but the defense, tremendous surge up front. They get penetration, and they get the tackle for loss.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! And the route is on.
Game 1, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day.
Turning it on! And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
A lot of times when you go to the stat sheet after the game, defenses are going to look at explosive plays. Like, we're taught to be top down, stay deep, don't give up those big plays, make them earn it all the way down the field. Bad job giving up the big play in the passing.
And the Red Wolves in the hurry up.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
Got his man quickly. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Red Wolves are rolling down the field.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Defense in press coverage. Now from inside the red zone. Looking for the score. And he's got it. Touchdown, Red Wolves.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Thomas looking to fire. And the quarterback is sacked. Big play by the defense that is probably going to be wiped out by that penalty flag. I think they jumped offside. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
He's got 93 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback will keep it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there.
Wide open up right. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ballgame,
Touchdown, South Carolina! And the beatdown has ensued.
When this offense said they wanted to points, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
Arkansas State with 22.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Gamecocks! The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. He picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Syracuse is currently ahead in this one, but I don't see Jim Brown or Ernie Davis or even Donovan McNabb out there. This team has struggled to pull away. They're up by 11 over Texas State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Quarterback on the keeper. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Thomas back to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today. It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it inside the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent, beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Makes the catch. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And the Red Wolves will send out the punt unit. Wants to return it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. They're able to make the stop, and this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way